Hi friends, welcome to my channel Only Bio. Before I start with the topic for the day, that is external structure of human heart, I would like to thank you all for the motivational support that you have been giving me. And I want to reach maximum of the viewers, and hence it's my request to you all, please hit the bell icon so that you get to know about the new upcoming videos, and also to as many contacts as possible so that I can help many more people to evoke an interest in this particular subject. Your comments are most awaited in the comment box. Thank you. Now here we start with the external structure of human heart. The human heart is perfectly four-chambered. Now perfectly four-chambered is the upper two chambers being the receiving chambers called as the auricles or the atria, and the lower two chambers, which are slightly thicker, being the distribution chambers, pumping chambers called as the ventricles. Now today in the external structure, we would be understanding the external structure in two different views. One is the ventral view and the other one is the dorsal view of the heart. To start with this, we can first start up with the ventral view of the heart. Now externally, when we see the heart, of course the pericardium and the wall of the heart and all, we have already done it in the earlier video. Right now, coming to the point directly, we can clearly see there is a small depressed area wherein we get to know that the auricles are separated from the ventricles. So this small depression is called as the coronary sulcus or atrioventricular sulcus or auriculoventricular sulcus. So it's a small depressed area wherein we get to know this is the demarcation between the auricles and the ventricles. Now this is going to be the left auricle. This is going to be the left ventricle. This is going to be the right ventricle. And this would be the right auricle. Now there are two prominent things that are externally visible. One is the coronary sulcus, a demarcation between the auricles and the ventricles, and the other important structure is this, a sulcus, a small depressed area that tells us the demarcation between the left and the right ventricle. This is called as the interventricular sulcus. I repeat, it is interventricular sulcus. Now, the left auricle or the left side of the heart overall deals with pure, that is oxygenated blood, and the right side of the heart deals with impure, that is deoxygenated blood. The left auricle would receive the pure blood, that is oxygenated blood, from the lungs via the pulmonary veins. From there, the left auricle will transport this particular pure blood to the left ventricle. Arising from the left ventricle is the largest blood vessel, which is called as the aorta or the aortic arch. Aorta is the largest blood vessel that supplies blood to all the parts of the body. Now, arising from the base of the aorta, there are many blood vessels that are seen to be emerging. These are the blood vessels that supply the blood to the wall of the heart itself, because the heart does require a constant supply of blood to get its oxygen as well as nutrients for the perfect functioning. So these are the blood vessels called as the coronary arteries. So what I mean to say is that the coronary arteries supply pure blood to the cardiac muscles. जब भी कभी इन आर्टरीज में ब्लॉकेज हो जाता है, it can cause a decreased supply of blood towards a particular muscle of the heart, and that can result into heart attacks. Now coming back to it, the coronary arteries arise from the aorta because aorta carries pure blood. अब जितना जरूरी है प्योर ब्लड कार्डियक मसल्स तक पहुंचना, उतना ही जरूरी है impure blood मसल्स से बाहर आना. And for this we have certain veins which are called as the coronary veins. The coronary veins, they pick up the impure blood from all the muscles of the heart. All the coronary veins open together into a small structure that's called as a coronary sinus that opens into the right auricle. The aperture, that is coronary sinus, is guarded by means of a Thibetian valve. So the Thibetian valve prevents the backflow of the blood from the right auricle into the coronary veins. Now coming to the next part, that is the right auricle. The right auricle is filled with the impure blood that is picked up from all the parts of the body. This is done by means of this blood vessel, that is the superior vena cava, which is also called as the precaval, which collects the impure blood from all the parts of the body that are above the heart, and it opens into the right auricle. And this one is the inferior vena cava, which is also called as the postcaval, that collects the blood from all the parts of the body that are present below the heart. The inferior vena cava also opens up into the right auricle, and the opening of the inferior vena cava is guarded by means of eustachian valve. Coming to the next point, the impure blood from the right auricle would get into the right ventricle, and from right ventricle we find there is a pulmonary artery that emerges out. Now the pulmonary artery, it takes the impure blood from the right ventricle towards the lungs for the purpose of purification. So there is a bifurcation here. We can see it has two main branches. So some amount of blood, some volume will be taken towards the left lung for the purpose of purification, and the other towards the right lung. And these coronary veins and the pulmonary artery, the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava, I have colored it in blue so as to make you understand that this is the impure blood, that is deoxygenated blood. So this is all about it. Now there is one more point which I would like to tell you, that is the aorta and the pulmonary artery are connected with each other by a structure, and this structure is called as the ligamentum arteriosum. I repeat, it is ligamentum arteriosum, which represents the remnant of ductus arteriosus. Now remnant is the leftover part, and ductus arteriosus is the structure which connects the pulmonary arch with the aortic arch in the fetal heart. So this is what we have to know about the ventral view. Now we come to the dorsal view. Now before you all really wonder what exactly is the difference, just for those who might be confused a bit, let me tell you, imagine this to be the heart and the person standing opposite to you like the way I am standing. So this is the ventral view. अब ये हार्ट को सिर्फ मैं यहाँ से ऐसे घुमाऊं तो this becomes the dorsal view. ठीक है? So on the dorsal side, what we find is towards the right would be the right auricle, and the right ventricle, and towards the left would be the left auricle and the left ventricle. I hope this will help you all to understand what exactly is the difference. Now again here, this is the aorta represents the superior vena cava, that is the precaval. These four structures represent the pulmonary veins that bring pure blood from the lungs towards the heart. This represents the inferior vena cava, that is the post-caval vein that collects impure blood from all the parts of the body below the heart. This is going to be the pulmonary artery. And this ideally is the coronary sulcus, a small ridge. And in this particular coronary sulcus on both the sides, what we find is, in that particular ridge, we find a bunch of the blood vessels. So once again here, the red ones, I shall label them as the coronary arteries, which supply pure blood to the wall of the heart. And the blue ones, I shall call them as the coronary veins, which would pick up the impure blood from the heart. There is one more thing I would like to tell you, that is, the human heart, as we say, it is as the size of the closed fist. Okay, so it